This is the Osaki Titan Quantum Black Massage Chair, and it has taken the edge off my lower back pain in a way that feels reliable no matter how tense I am. The real benefit for me is simple. I sit down, press power, and within a minute my shoulders drop and my spine uncoils without me fiddling around. I think of this as a full-body recovery chair for people who want professional-style relief at home. I lift, I sit at a desk, I drive, and I sleep weird sometimes. This chair is for that mix of stiffness and stress that builds up day after day. If you are someone who wants a predictable reset in the evening, or you wake up tight and want a quick morning loosen up, that is where this shines. The design matters because it actually dictates how I use it. The Quantum has a deep black finish that blends in with my living room instead of screaming gym equipment. It looks like a serious piece of furniture. In person, it is larger than it looks in photos. It measures about 43 inches long, 30 inches wide, and around 55 inches tall, and it weighs roughly 150 pounds. That weight makes it feel planted and solid, but it also means I plan before I move it. There are small wheels on the back that help for short shuffles when I am vacuuming, but this is not something I want to drag across a room alone more than once. Space planning matters. I gave it about a foot behind for the recline and zero gravity position, and I kept it near an outlet because the power cable is not very long. The armrests, the leg rest, and the headrest all feel cushioned and the stitching is clean. It does not squeak or flex when I shift my weight, which adds to the relaxed feeling when I am fully leaned back. Setup was easier than I expected. Most of the chair arrives assembled. I attached the leg section without tools and locked it in. The heavy part is unboxing and placing it. I am comfortable with furniture, but I still appreciated a second set of hands. Once it was in its spot, the first power on felt straightforward. It runs a quick body scan every time and then starts a gentle comfort massage by itself. That default behavior is smart because I do not always want to think about settings. The remote sits on a mount so it never gets lost, and the voice control has been handy when I am already reclined. I say a command to change intensity or switch to zero gravity, and it listens well enough to be useful. If I have music playing loudly from the built-in speakers, I sometimes repeat myself once, but for the most part it works on the first try. The core of the experience is the roller system and the way it follows my back. The track inside the chair curves to match my spine and continues down to my glutes. The rollers are three-dimensional, so they move in and out for pressure, up and down and across. Combined with the body scan, it feels like it knows where my shoulders sit and how long my torso is. It does not just tap along the surface. It reaches those points near the shoulder blades that usually need a human thumb. The airbag system adds to it. My arms, calves, and feet get this slow squeeze and release that pushes blood flow back up. On days when I stand a lot, that compression is what makes me sigh without realizing it. Recline and zero gravity matter more than I thought. When I tilt back until my knees are slightly above my heart, my lower back lets go. Pressure on the spine spreads out and everything the rollers do feels deeper without feeling harsher. The chair moves into that position smoothly, and it does not slam when it returns to upright. Heating is available on the lower back and the calves. It warms up in a couple of minutes and it is not scorching hot. It is more of a steady, cozy warmth that helps the rollers do their job. Real use is where this chair won me over. After a long day at the desk, I sit down, let it scan, and leave it in the default comfort program for 15 minutes. I do not open the menu. I do not overthink it. My shoulders unlock and I stop clenching my jaw. On lifting days, I switch to a deeper routine that focuses more on the lower back and glutes. The rollers dig in more, and I usually drop the airbag intensity by one level because my calves get sensitive. When I wake up stiff, I use the stretch program. It holds my legs, leans back, and gently pulls my spine longer while the rollers move. It is not the same as a physical therapist, but the effect on my morning mobility is very real. I put a lot of hours on the foot section because my feet are often sore. The foot rollers are fairly assertive even on moderate intensity. I like that, but if I am tender, I slip on thicker socks and it dials the pressure back perfectly. The extendable footrest adapts to my height well. I am 5 feet and 2 inches, and my legs naturally find the right position. A taller friend tried it and extended the footrest easily, and the body scan lined up his shoulder position accurately after one restart. Navigation is simple enough that I stopped thinking about it after a week. The remote is old school in a good way. Big clear labels, tactile buttons, and a menu that makes sense. I can pinpoint the rollers to a spot between my shoulder blade and spine and make them stay there for a few minutes. I can shift width and speed without leaving that screen. If I am not in the mood for rolling, there is an air-only mode that quietly compresses arms and legs. The speakers connect quickly over Bluetooth for a podcast or some ambient music. The sound is fine for background. I do not expect deep bass or room-filling audio from a chair, and the speakers do not pretend to be anything more than a convenience. I often use a separate speaker if I want better sound. Noise is worth mentioning. The rollers have a soft hum, and the airbags make a gentle puffing sound when they inflate and deflate. Late at night with the house quiet, I can hear it, but it is a soothing mechanical rhythm rather than an annoying buzz. Nothing rattles. The frame feels rigid. Over weeks of use, there have been no squeaks, and the upholstery still looks taut. There are a few limitations I noticed. The area under the thighs and hamstrings does not get much direct attention. The rollers do not reach that zone, and the airbags focus on calves and feet instead. If you expect massage on the back of the thighs, this chair does not do it. The power cable could be longer. I had to choose my placement carefully to avoid running an extension. The voice control is helpful, but it can miss a command if I mumble or if the speakers are loud. Heat only covers the back and calves. I would not mind warmth in the feet on winter nights. None of these are deal breakers for me, but they are worth knowing. A typical evening routine looks like this. I dim the lights, recline into zero gravity, start the comfort program, and turn on back heat. The chair does a scan, nudges the rollers into the right zones, and the airbags start a slow rhythm on my arms. 10 minutes in, I realize my breathing is slower and I am not fidgeting. If I want more intensity on a knot between my shoulder and neck, I use the remote to move the rollers up a notch and add one more level of pressure. When I am done, I hit power and the chair glides back to neutral and shuts itself down. Walking away, I feel taller and looser, and I sleep better on nights when I do a short session. Another scenario is after a run. My calves feel heavy, so I drop the roller intensity, crank up air compression for the lower legs, and add calf heat. The compression flushes that tightness in cycles. It is not glamorous, but by the end of 20 minutes my legs feel fresher. When I am reading a book, I sometimes run air only on a low level so my arms and legs get that slow squeeze while my back stays still. It is a surprising background comfort that does not distract me. There are smart touches that make daily use smoother. The body scan takes the guesswork out of setup and catches the shoulder line correctly most of the time. The chair remembers the last intensity settings, so my next session starts where I left off. The way the rollers can hold a spot and knead it with variable depth feels close to fingers, not a machine just going through motions. Zero gravity is not just a buzzword. It genuinely changes how the massage lands on my spine. The heated calf plates, small as they are, help me recover after long walks, and the included warranty brings a bit of peace of mind. It covers parts and labor for the first year, and then parts for the following 2 years. I have not needed it, but knowing that support exists matters with something this large. Over time, I had a small learning curve. During the first week, the body scan placed the shoulder line a touch low on me once. I restarted and it corrected itself. I also learned that starting intensity one level lower and then stepping up mid-session keeps me from bracing. When I am very sore, I pair a gentle program with heat and focus on consistency instead of force. Daily 15-minute sessions have been more effective than the occasional long, hard session. Living with this chair has made me notice how I carry stress. The biggest difference is routine. I actually use it. It is not a decorative gadget. It is a reliable reset that fits into the cracks of a day. It suits me as a desk worker, a sometimes lifter, and a person who appreciates a quiet place to unwind. It is also a crowd pleaser. Friends try it, the room goes quiet, and nobody argues when I say one more minute. I would recommend the Osaki Titan Quantum Black Massage Chair to anyone who wants an at-home tool for consistent muscle relief and relaxation. If you value a massage that can switch from gentle to deep without a learning curve, and you have space for a substantial piece of furniture, this delivers a convincing experience. If you expect hamstring work or premium room audio from built-in speakers, you will not get that here. Everything else, from the three-dimensional roller coverage to the zero-gravity positioning, the flexible air compression, the quick heat, and the simple control, adds up to a chair that quietly makes daily life better. Please check the comments section for detailed information about the Osaki Titan Quantum Black Massage Chair. Thank you for watching.